So in order to play the harp, you're really going to need to be able to read music, because for a classical musician, that's pretty much all we do. So if you take a closer look, I've got some sheet music here. And every sheet music is composed of the same thing. You're going to have sections. These are called lines. And they're composed of a few different things. First of all, this upper part with all these lines on the top is called the treble. And this right here, this notation here, is called the treble clef. That tells you where you are. Likewise, in the bottom, this is our bass line. And this little guy is our bass clef. Now, within these lines, they are broken up. And they're broken up into what is called measures. And this helps you with your timing and structure. So then we go on to the notes. In order to read music, you have notes that land on the line and in the spaces. Now, as you can see here, the notes that land in the spaces are F, A, C, E, running upwards. So this makes it really easy because it spells face. Now, the ones on the lines are on E, G, B, D, and F. And students remember this as every good boy does fine. Now, if you look a little lower on the bass clef, the ones that land in the space are A, C, E, G, and as we can see, you can remember it by all cows eat grass. Now, for the ones that land on the line, it's G, B, D, F, and A, and you can remember this as good basses don't fall apart. And they're just little tricks to help you remember where you are. Now, a lot of music, especially in the beginning, will tell you what fingers you should use for the notes. And as in right here, it actually tells you 1, 2, 3, 4. So here, these notes, these F notes will be played by your thumb, second, third, and fourth finger. And basically, if you look straight up here, what that would correspond to is 1, 2, 3, 4. One other little trick that you should know about are brackets. If you look up here, this is an excellent example. Above these notes, and you can see it's the fourth, third, second, and first finger, it has these brackets. And then over the first finger, it has an overlaying bracket. Basically, what this means is that you've placed all these fingers together. And as you're playing them, before you get to that first finger, you're going to want to place all the subsequent fingers as well. So like we showed on the chords, you place all the fingers at once, and then in order to play them back down again, you place all the fingers as well. Okay, so additional, very basic notations in reading music that you do need to know is your sharps and your flats. Now basically what this is going to tell you is if there's an adjustment needed to make on the notes. So if you take a look right here, you have these two number signs. Now these are the sharp signs, and what this is going to tell you, because the center of the sharp sign is resting on the C note, it's going to tell you that the C note needs to be sharp. Likewise, the middle of this sharp notation is resting on the F line, so that needs to be an F sharp. Now the same works for flats. Now the flat notations, if you'll take a look, are these cute little B's. Now the same thing works here. It's whatever line or space runs through the middle of the notation, tells you what needs to be sharp or flat. So here we have an A flat, a B flat, and an E flat.